The first thing I started noticing was you're really good at moving through life, doing lots of things and giving something your full attention. But then inside of you, it's like you're thinking other things. You're giving someone full attention, you're walking around, you're doing things, but inside you've got another thing going on. Just like Donna has the ability to speak to you right now and still talk with spirit and see what's coming up next. You have that kind of same ability. I don't know if you're a medium or do anything else. I see that you have that same ability. Would that make sense to you? Yes, no, or maybe?
Yes, 100%.
Thank you. Spirit's like, but you know what? She actually does it. She actually can give someone their full attention and still think about she's doing something else. She has those little compartments in her brain. So I say, well, hey, if it works for her, it works for her, right? And they're saying it works for her. Do you agree with that? Yes, no, or maybe?
Yes.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to use that to my advantage or if
Yeah, right? Well, I'm sure they'll tell you something.
Okay.
I'm also hearing that you find great comfort. I know you live by the beach, but that is a big comfort for you. But you actually take great comfort in that all the time. Would that make sense to you?
100,000%, yes.
Good. To a point where, it'd be really difficult if you had to move, if something had to happen. You don't think you can do it. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, I've done it. And I had to come back.
Thank you. You're familiar with the archangels. Archangel Michael, he's saying, I don't bring through the archangels a lot. So Archangel Michael, for me, represents strength. So he's telling me for the past 2 weeks, through the next 2 or 3 months, he is close to you, providing great strength, adding to the strength you already have, and then he'll leave you knowing that you have the strength. Does that make sense?
Okay.
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, he started hanging around you for some extra strength that you needed. Something must have been going on. And then he's going to hang out through the next 2 or 3 months going forward, giving you more strength than you already have. And then when he leaves you knowing that strength will continue. Making any more sense?
That's good. I'll tell you something about that at the end.
He says at this present time, I'm not sure if this is something that's personal or if it's business related. I'm not sure. The lines are kind of blurred, like maybe your business is your personal, something like that. But he's saying this is what it's about. It's about gaining strength in the moments and all the moments that happen. So he says you're very much aware when you give your power to someone else. You're very much aware when that moment happens and you feel smaller than the other person. Even though you have a lot of strength, you sometimes don't use that strength to say, this is me and you're not taking this from me. Would that make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Familiar with Michael? Yes, Archangel Michael?
Yep. 100%. I know I keep saying that, but yeah.
No, I like it. Thank you.
I'll tell you all the stuff at the end.
He appears to be pretty close to me. He also is telling me, you've got this thing you've been looking at, like this point in your future that you've been saying to yourself, that's where I want to be. That's what I'm looking at. If I'm looking at a target, that bullseye, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that bullseye. I'm pretty sure that's what I want to hit, that bullseye. But it's like future for you right now. Is that making sense? Yes, no, or maybe?
Yes.
And there's a little bit in my vision, there's just a little bit, like if this is the bullseye, there's like a little bit holding off where even if you shot your arrow or made it to the target, you have less of a chance of hitting the bullseye. Do you understand what that means? Like there's something still in the way right now of you hitting the bullseye of what you want. Do you understand that?
What is it?
Well, just say yes or no.
Yeah.
You understand that image, right? Like if it's the bullseye, there's something still in the way. So what I'm hearing is it's just that the bullseye isn't revealed all the way yet. Maybe this was the bullseye they want to say to me 5 years ago. You couldn't even see that target. Got it?
Yeah.
And then as the years go by, right, the target starts, oh, here's the target. Oh, I'm starting to see the bullseye. But it's not completely revealed yet. You understand? So I'm asking, it's one of those moments where it's just not there yet. You're just not there yet. It's not that you're not ready. It's just that that is not ready. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Not that you're not ready. It's that that's not ready. The thing
Oh.
you're shooting that arrow, trying to get there to is not ready yet. It's not
Okay.
fully formed yet. Is there something that you're aiming toward that you haven't gotten there yet, but you see it in your sights?
I mean, yeah, it could be a couple things. Yeah.
So earlier I said I can't tell if this is personal life or business life because they kind of meld together. So
Exactly.
would that make sense that whatever you're looking at also is combining? I keep wanting to say a spiritual side to you, spiritual side plus business. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. I mean, do you want me to elaborate?
Yeah, let me keep going first. Hang on, because I wanted them to give you, let me just make sure the whole scene is done in my head. You keep hearing me say, I want to say, but yet it's not flowing out of my mouth. Either you're hiding from this full source that you should be receiving right now. Either you're hiding somehow or you're not feeling worthy of it right now. They're not giving me an exact which one, and that's kind of unusual. The only thing that Donna can say to that is they want you to say it. They want you to really understand why that target isn't completely revealed yet. How does that feel to you?
Yes. I feel it. I hear it.
Okay.
I get it.
Okay. The busyness with which you are, do you understand?
Yes.
It's almost too much.
Mm-hmm.
When you're outside doing, there's not a lot of inside wanting to come out. It doesn't find that time. It's not that it's not there inside of you. I'm feeling like inside of you, I've got this, it's not a vice, but it's like, it's a protective shield, as they're telling me. Something happened in a past life to you where you had to protect yourself with this sort of shield because everything you said, people were going, no, you're wrong. No, you must not say that. No, you must not go there. I feel like the elders always said to you, stop doing that in a past life. How does that feel?
Yep. I get that.
Have you done past life work? Yes or no?
I have.
Has that come up before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So has anyone helped you to get through this, take this protective shield off? Has any other medium helped you do that or shaman help you do that?
No.
Do you want to do that here with me or do you want to do that on your own? Because I could tell you how to do it.
You mean like right now or just do it in meditation?
Either or. I just feel it has to be removed. I feel you, but I can't get in there. And Spirit tells me that's because of the shield that she has protecting her.
Well, do they think I should do it now or just keep going?
There's always, it doesn't matter from Spirit. Either or. You have the ability to do it. But I need to give you that past life first. I need to give you what that past life is and give you the visual of it, right? The image of it.
So we have to do the past life regression?
No. All I'm going to do is tell you what I'm seeing in that past life when they're ready to show me. And then I'll tell you how you can do it yourself. That's it.
Okay, let's do it. Maybe that'll help me move forward in all this ridiculousness.
Absolutely. Because again, I'm you in the reading. I'm your soul. I feel all of this inside me, but I got to take this off. Something is just on me. I just got to take it off. Got it?
Okay.
You understand past lives that we're going to do some soul retrieval here. The you that I'm going to talk about in that past life is you. It's a piece of your soul.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of waiting for the image to come to my head. Okay, so here you are in this past life. And I'm going to give you as much detail as I can, because then you're going to go into that past life and talk to you in that past life. Here you are, like a traveling spiritual teacher. That's what we call it today. But you're traveling on roads. You're traveling from town to town, city to city, whatever. And it's in olden times. There's not like brick houses or wood houses. They're all like everybody has straw huts or stone huts. You know, there's not many people in a town. So it takes you days to walk from one town to the next. And you've got little amounts of food, just things that people give you who are kind along the way. You're not a beggar. If it were the time of monks, you would be like a monk. You're okay with just traveling and offering advice for food or offering teachings for food. Do you understand?
Yes.
So it would make sense that maybe in this life, because you carry things from a past life over to this life, it might make sense that in this life you might have some challenges with food, whether it's don't feel like I ever have enough, or even like if I looked and I opened up my cupboard, I see it's full, I'm like, I'm going to need something else. Does that make any sense for this life?
Yep.
Okay, so that has to do with that life. Do you understand?
Yep.
It's not that you were hungry a lot in this past life, but I feel things that people gave you made you sick, because either they were bacteria ridden, like you're getting a chicken that's been hanging around outside for too long. Do you understand?
Yep.
But you're eating things that make you sick. It give you upset stomachs. And that time, nobody knew what it was. So you would have to rest a lot along the path. And you feel pretty good about what you're doing, though. You feel like that inner sense of, I got this, even though I get sick, even though I have to sleep on the ground and sometimes it's scary. You're still a female. I still walk from town to town, and I still want to share what I know. For most of the time, you come up along people that accept you. Do you understand?
Yep.
But there's this one town that's filled with very angry men. That could maybe carry over to this life, where a lot of angry men come into your life, or you can't feel you can get through to a lot of men. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
It's mirroring that past life.
Yep.
And you come upon this town of angry men, and you're saying to yourself, now remember, you're not frail, but you're also a little sickly because you don't feel well half the time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Even though you have inside you that confidence, it's kind of being challenged by your sicknesses, your illness.
Okay.
You just can't get better. So maybe in this day and age, you might have cancer or something's inside of you that's not good. Do you understand?
Yep.
Here you come to this town with these angry men, and you go first to something that looks like a church, but isn't a church. That's what you think it is, and you think people are going to be open for you to come in and sit. But you open the door to this church, and it's just a bunch of men spewing hatred and anger, and there's no women. It's just men, and you open the door, and everybody turns to look at you, and Donna's going, oh, what's going to happen next? They all turn to look at you, and you still are standing there so tall, and you're like, I have some things to share. Might I do that? And the men are like, no, because it will benefit. You keep trying. Like you start to walk into the church, and they're still going, we don't want you here. We don't want you here. We don't want you here. And they drag you outside the church. Feeling it?
Okay.
They drag you outside the church and beat you to within a hair of your life, leave you for dead, and laugh and go back into their church. So now here you are, almost dead, and you're still thinking to yourself, how can I help here? And Donna's saying, wow, even after all that, you still want to help these people? You keep saying that. Yes, how can I help? So that might carry over into this life, as even though people are like, no way, we don't want what you have to offer. We don't want your kind here. You still think you can help. Would that make sense to this life?
Yes. Yep.
Pretty cool how this works, huh?
Yes. Very good.
Okay, so now here you are, left for dead, want to help. You're going to get back up and go back in that church. And I'm like saying, you don't do it, dude. Don't do it. But you're getting back up and you're going back into that church. I'm just watching it because there's nothing I can do to stop this right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here you go. Drag yourself back up the steps. Drag yourself open the doors, through the door. Drag yourself in. They all turn around and they're like, really? You didn't get it? And you're standing there like, I have something to share with you. And they're like, we don't want you. They pick you up again. They drag you out in the street and they beat you till you're dead. The moral of the story, what you were meaning to share with them wasn't through your mouth. What you were meaning to share with them is just that sense, that idea that just your presence can possibly change someone. You don't have to spit out things, just your presence. So these men were kind of impressed that you picked yourself back up and came back in. Now, in that lifetime, they didn't change. But with their children, like the boys that they raised, saw what had happened. There were boys, little boys outside the church who weren't allowed in the church, and they saw what you did, and they saw what their fathers did. So in their life, they don't want that to happen again. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
You gave a lesson without you knowing.
Oh.
Because those little boys, those young boys saw that. In order to heal this past life, in order to bring that piece of your soul back to you in a meditation or in a vision, if you're just sitting there, you would go into that movie I just played out for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to bring yourself as you now right next to her and say, before she goes in the first time, and just talk her through what's going on. Thank you so much for what you're doing to bring this word. You don't know what the word is, but to bring this word to these people, and then be beside her when she walks in the first time and gets beaten up. Be beside her and say how strong you are. I'm so sorry this happened. Don't blame the men. Just keep saying to her how strong you are. It's so important, the message that you're sharing. Oh, you want to get up again? Okay, let me help you. And then help her up, bring her back to the door again, and the men do the same thing. And then as they drag her back out to the street and they begin beating her again, tell her that the sons of these men are watching. You may not see them, but you are helping them grow. You may not help these men who are killing you, but you will help their sons. I want her to die knowing that she is accomplishing what she set out to do. Do you understand?
Okay, yeah.
So you'll just stay with her as she dies, because she's going to die. But keep giving her that calm sense of it's worth it. You did something that was worthy. You don't have to shield yourself anymore. No matter what you do, someone will see the kindness, your generosity, your message. You don't have to shield yourself anymore. Let me help you. And then in that moment of death, the two of you will rise up together. So in your head, you'll see that your two souls rise up together into the universe, come together as one up in the universe, and then in your head, come down back into your physical body, in today's body.
Okay.
And then you'll notice where that piece of your soul landed. When you do that, you're going to feel some sensation in your physical body, and that's where she will land, that piece of you, coming back to you, soul retrieval.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. Good stuff.
You can, re-listen to this, and that's the way you go through it, or you can just go through it yourself in your head. So do you feel you need any more B-roll to this movie, any more visuals to this movie?
No.
Got it. And you see how it relates to this life now.
Yep, exactly.
When you do the healing and then you walk along and you still see some remnants of it, some vibration still present, that's the time you take another moment, you close your eyes, you speak to her again. Her name is Elizabeth.
Oh, wow. There's a connection on that too. I'll let you know.
Okay. Just speak to her again and say, Elizabeth, I see you. I feel you. We are together now. The armor is reducing. The armor is gone. It's not you in this life. It's you in the past life. So just recognize that when the challenge rears its head again. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions about how to do that past life work?
Nope.
Great. Okay. So you can elaborate now.
Okay. Do you want me to elaborate on what we talked about or questions?
Elaborate a little so I see that you are making that connection. So Elizabeth, elaborate on that.
Okay. When I was in grade school, I was Elizabeth in the Christmas play. I still remember my lines. Jesus is our Mary's sister. So that's one thing. I don't know if it was the same.
What were the lines? What were the lines of the play?
She says, I say, Mary, I'm so glad to see you. And she said, how could the mother, my Lord, come to me? Blessed art you among women, something. And I came actually, I think, to visit her because she was pregnant for the baby, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm always going. I'm always like, I go get into something full force, and then the next level gets into my brain, like, okay, if this is this, then the next thing. So I don't know if Michael's coming in because of my whole relationship issue-y thing that I always seem to have. I don't know.
Well, it's certainly confirmation, right?
Yes.
So 2 to 3 weeks ago would have been when you started seeing this guy, or was that like a business?
Started seeing him.
Okay, so we'll say that that's that armor that you need. In Donna's world, until we do that past life work, we'll still be challenged by the vibration of it.
And then also about that armor thing.
Yeah.
I had actually drawn a picture of my heart in a suit of armor. And then, because I'm an artist, and then like did some journaling. And then the next picture, a couple months later, I showed a little crack in the armor because of this guy. Then I showed another little crack. I mean, I actually drew a picture of armor around my heart and the light coming through. I mean,
You can't make this shit up.
I know.
That's fabulous. That
And
is
then
just
the whole
fabulous.
thing about the teaching between the bullseye and all that, I'm
Yeah.
60 and I'm a nurse and I've done holistic healing. I've been a Reiki practitioner back in 2000 and I went into it and then I got out of it because I got frustrated because people weren't ready. And, I've always been back and forth about all of this. Got back to the regular. So I've been an ER nurse back to it for about since 10 years. And I've taught meditation and energy work and blah, 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 blah. And I'm always on a quest. And I'm always searching and I'm always trying to teach and help people and show them and all that jazz. But I get frustrated because you get a lot of backfire from that. The bullseye, I think the bullseye is combined with the personal and the business because I always imagine myself like retired by the beach, chilling out in a place I want to be, being able to travel. But I also think, I'm also at peace because I'm a helper and a fixer. Like I won't take no for an answer. I work in the ER and I'm trying to help people and show them and, my kids, everybody. The bullseye, I don't know if the bullseye is that I just really don't see what the picture is going to be. Am I supposed to have another practice? Am I supposed to, just do one-on-one with people? Am I just going to enjoy my life? I don't know.
So you don't know. Nobody does know. Based on the past life, everything you said to me is based on that one past life, right? Thinking you can change people just by talking to them when you don't have to. People see also, not words.
Actions.
Absolutely. That whole past life, once you start figuring out that and feeling that piece of your soul and acknowledging that and that armor cracking and that piece of her coming back to you, I got a feeling she's going to land right here.
Right.
Once that all happens, you start shaking things up. The true you, your true soul really gets revealed because right now it's pieces of your soul that are out there.
Right.
So with me, Donna speaking, every time I'm challenged by something in my outer world, I go right into meditation and say, show me the past life where this occurred.
Right.
Because I don't want this stopping me.
Right.
In this life. So I do that work and I bring that piece of my soul right back to me.
Okay.
And I don't, how I said when you were going to talk to that Elizabeth, don't blame the men.
Right.
Don't say they shouldn't have done that. That wasn't right. Just say how strong she was.
Right.
Because in this life now, a lot of us have such a great tendency to blame what's going on outside of us.
Teaching lesson. I mean, I think that's to show me I need to learn from that. Like,
absolutely.
How I am approaching people or know when to quit. Maybe it's know when to quit. I don't know. I don't know.
I always think less is more. That if someone comes up to you, spirit sent them to you. So if they start asking the questions, fine. But if they're not asking anything, all you need to do is show through example. That's it.
Okay.
Elizabeth, at the time of her death, was blaming herself for not getting the message across.
Okay.
You, again, want her to feel she got the message across.
Yeah, so I know a lot of things happen we don't even know. Yeah.
That's right.
And then the other thing about the food, very much so right on about the food and my stomach in this life. I always have like a weak stomach, so easily turned. And even in the last 2 years or 3 years since I moved to California, I thought it was the Mexico food. I didn't know what it was. Well, my stomach seems to be like worse, like very sensitive and stuff like that. And this new guy I met, he said, you just need to eat. We went out to eat last night and he's eating off my plate. And I thought about it this morning. I'm like, why does it bother me when somebody eats off my plate? It feels like they're taking my food. Like it was an issue with me. So the whole thing about the food. Yes, I get it.
She never had enough.
Yes.
No, that's true. So you got to look at that too.
Yeah.
You want to heal that piece too. That's why Spirit gave me the whole scene.
Yeah.
Not just the scene of her death, but the scene, all those scenes leading up to her death.
Mm-hmm. And then that whole thing about thinking about more than one thing at a time. Like, I mean, I know I have some abilities. I guess they were saying it's not a bad thing.
No, I'd say it's not a bad thing. I say the speed with which you crank it all out would be a challenge for you. So when you back off and you start to really let go of one thing, just hear the one thing and acknowledge the one thing.
Right.
So, okay, you have the ability to do two things at once. That's fine. But first I want to get you to do one thing.
Right.
And be comfortable, the mind comfortable. So we want to train the mind. The mind's a muscle.
Yeah.
So we just want to train that. That could happen just by giving your full attention and telling the other thought, telling the mind that other thought. Yeah. Not now. Not now.
I can do it. I started meditating more recently because I got 2 messages like just randomly about meditation, like just from people. Like, so I thought, you know what? I need to do this. So I'm trying to do at least 10 minutes in the morning. I've had cancer before too. And yeah, you said something about cancer. I've done so many different things. Now I'm just going to be, like you say, just, see how it feels.